Ted Cruz speaking at a campaign rally tonight in South Carolina after last night's Trump-Cruz smackdown at the debate. It was good. Did you see it? I know this guy did. Let's talk about the winners and the losers. The losers. My old friend Hugh Hewitt is here. That was good, Hugh, don't you think? I mean, Cruz versus Trump was pretty good.
I loved every minute of it. I think the only person who really lost last night was Dr. Carson. He kind of evaporated. But I do believe that the golds go jointly to Marco Rubio and Donald Trump. Donald Trump just had a moment that people will remember for a very long period of time. Ted Cruz, though, I got an email from a supporter today, Don, that said he did exactly what he set out to do, to remind his troops in Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina that he is the real deal evangelical candidate who represents all three branches of the Republican coalition, all three parts of the stool.
And he's not afraid to take on Trump.
And he is. We're going to have, I've used this analogy so much it's old. Ali Frazier fought 3 fights.
Why are you taking my question? That was my question to you, that you compared it to Ali Frazier.
Yep.
Was that the Rumble in the Jungle? Was that the?
No, the Rumble in the Jungle is Foreman in 76,
okay.
I think. Thriller in Manila is 75, but they fought 3 times, 71, okay. 74, 75.
All right.
Frazier won the first, Ali won 2.
So you said it was that, but what moment do you say that Trump, was it the one where he talked about New York values? Is that the moment you're talking about?
New York values.
So what do you make of this? I don't know if you can see this cover. This is the New York Daily.
Oh, I do. I saw that today.
So that was sort of the moment, and then the cover came after, where it says "Drop Dead Ted," and you know, the Statue of Liberty is giving him the finger. So why do you say that was a winning moment?
Because for Donald Trump, it goes right over the heads of everyone else out there in the chattering class and says, I was in New York when New York was attacked, and I came back like city came back. At the same time, Ted Cruz says, New York is Manhattan. New York is pro-same-sex marriage. It does not concern itself with unborn children. It is concerned itself with big federal government, large spending, lots of taxes. So they both win. Here's the guy I watched, though, and I had him on the show today, Marco Rubio. He conducted a general election campaign last night. He went after your favorite and mine, Mrs. Clinton. He did so again on my show again tonight. And he is saying to voters, they're having a lot of fun, Cruz and Rubio are. They're terrific. But when it comes time to beating Mrs. Clinton, vote for me. And by the way, your earlier segment with Robert Baer and David, that was a Chris Christie commercial. The more that goes on in America, the more that they see and worry about that, Chris Christie stock rises. So this is a wide open race. We're going to Cleveland.
That was the one time, I have to say, when it was fairly appropriate to bring up Hillary Clinton. So I will give you your props on that one. Hey, let's talk more, though, about this Trump versus Cruz thing. I want you to listen to, this is what Donald Trump told Jake Tapper. Listen.
He was a Canadian citizen until 15 months ago. I mean, if you can believe that.
He had dual citizenship, yeah.
Yeah, but he was a Canadian citizen. And 15 months
He says he didn't know.
He didn't know. Well, he didn't know about his financial papers either. You know, how are you going to be president if you don't know about $1 million loan from Goldman Sachs? And you said it's something you don't know about. Now he doesn't know that he was a Canadian citizen? I mean, that's in a way maybe worse than all of the other things.
So, Hugh, I know you think this birther issue is a non-issue. But what about the questions about the Cruz finances? Do you think that's an issue?
Yes, it is, and he answered it. The politics of his birth is not a non-issue. The legality of it is a non-issue. I happen to have a law partner. His name is Judge Stephen Larson. He sat on the federal district court. He's a former prosecutor. He was just at the Supreme Court last month. He's a very smart guy. So I called up Stephen Larson yesterday and I said, is there anything to this at all? Law professors all agree with one exception that no, there isn't. And the judge said no one can bring a case against Ted Cruz. If they do sue them, they will be thrown out for standing grounds, technical. If they didn't get thrown out, if he got a crazy Secretary of State somewhere, they would lose on political question doctrine. I believe Judge Larson. Now, having said that, Donald Trump knows how to punch harder than anybody in politics. And when he brings that up, he keeps Ted Cruz off of his game. And in Iowa, it's all about energizing people into believing one of two things: that you best represent what they stand for, or that you can beat Hillary Clinton. And I think Marco Rubio is playing the second half of that game, and that Cruz and Trump are going to slug it out for the next month in an epic confrontation. And by the way, we're going to Cleveland, Don. Get your hotel room for 2 weeks. It's going to be an open convention.
I'll call my travel agent. I want you to listen to the president, though, because the president weighed in on this current race today. Look.
The closer you get to actually deciding on a president, everybody gets a little more sober. It's less entertainment, and it's a little more, you know, this is serious business. this person is going to have the nuclear code. A lot of times it's like the comment section or trolling.
Very familiar with the comment section.
Where people just feel like they can vent without really thinking about what they say ahead of time.
Hugh, I know that you pretty much agree with the president all the time. That's sarcasm. But is he right that this race could change when voters get closer to actually going in there and pulling that lever or punching or whatever they do?
Okay, frame this. The president is right. There I said it once in 7.5 years. President Obama is absolutely right that voting becomes very personal very quickly, especially against the backdrop. You have a hotel massacre in Africa, but we had a hotel massacre or a vocational center massacre in a room in which I had appeared, in which one of my law students' brother was slain 3 weeks ago. Voting becomes very personal when people are afraid, when they're concerned about the market dropping 390 points, when they're concerned about the Chinese stock market losing 18% of value and the American market losing 8%. President Obama is a disaster. Obamacare premiums, when they get their premium check, 30%, Don, in Virginia, 30% hike. They're going to turn to the Republican field and say, who is most concerned with my problems and who can beat the formidable Hillary Clinton? That's why Marco Rubio was attacking her with a hammer last night and again on my radio show today. And this will go on, and I think the race will reset 3 or 4 times as these issues. The president is right. People get very sober as they get very close to voting.
I think only 3 references to Hillary Clinton and maybe 10 to Marco Rubio, so pretty much on par for Hugh Hewitt.
And 4 for Chris Christie, and Jeb Bush climbed back into the ring last night. So
and you said the president was right. I mean, we are going to mark this. Social media people, please put this out right away. And Hugh Hewitt to Hugh Hewitt's Twitter. Thank you, Hugh. Have a good weekend.
You too, Don. Thanks for having me.